Hi there, my name is Alice and I'm an urban gardener. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 2 of 100 days of gardening. Okay, so I know a lot of us are spending more time at home and we have some plants there that we may tend to want to overlap them. So so I'm just going to look at succulents for today and 5 of the top challenges that I normally see with succulents. Succulents are often recommended as easy plants to care for, the best plants to have if you're busy or if you're starting out with indoor plants or outdoor plants, which is true. But there are certain things that we tend to do or tend to happen to the succulents that give us challenges. And so let me just go right into it and look at what are these 5 things or 5 challenges that we normally encounter with succulents. So number 1 is drainage, right? So the pot in which your succulent is in should have drainage, so it should have holes at the bottom for the water to drain, right? So, and this applies to all your plants. All plants require for the pot to have drainage so that the water can freely flow and not sit and clog in the soil and cause the roots to wet. Sometimes you do have especially for succulents, you can have them in a pot without drainage like this, but chances are high that they will not survive because once the water collects quite a bit, it will rot. The roots will rot and then it will behave like this. So this is an example of a succulent which is sitting in a pot. You can see there's no drainage. So it's been watered and then the water has not drained out and therefore it's rotted. And then what happens with succulents is that it sort of catches you by surprise because they start rotting from the root, and then before you know it, you're just seeing your succulent disintegrating, and that's the main reason. And that's not just a drainage issue, overwatering, right? And that's number 2. The exact same behavior happens. If you overwater your succulent, it will start to rot from the root and it will disintegrate and just die. So the best thing to do for succulents is always check the soil. If the soil is moist, let it be. The soil should always speak to you in terms of when is the right time to water. So don't make a routine and say, oh, I'll water my succulent every Sunday or every whatever. No. Always check the soil. And how to check the soil is by just putting your finger, in the soil, and if it comes out dry, you can see this, it's really wet. So if it comes out like this, please let it be. Don't water it. If it comes out completely dry, you can actually go through the particles of the soil, then you're good to go, you can water, right? And the amount of water, take maybe a cup, half a cup, pour in on the sides, especially for echeverias. Echeverias are these ones, they really do not like water on their leaves, splashing on their leaves. So water the soil itself and let it drain out completely before you water again. So if you have those decorative stones at the top, it's fine, but then you need to check. So you need to take out some stones and always check. So sometimes those stones are great because it makes a plant look good, right? But sometimes it can mislead you and make you think that either it's okay or it's not okay. So always check the soil. Let the soil talk to you and tell you if your plant is thirsty or not. Some of the succulents will tend to, I don't have any here, but some of the succulents will tend to like shrivel, so the leaves are shriveling up, and that's also another sign that the plant is thirsty, right? If the leaves are yellowing and they're fat and they look soggy, it's overwatered, it's dying. So, and then for succulents, if they're overwatered, it's very difficult to go back from there. They will most of the times they will die. But if it's underwatered, you can recover. You can now bring it at a place where you can check it more often and water it and bring it back to life, right? So the worst thing that can happen to your succulent is if you overwater it. Number 3 is neglect. So sometimes we can overlove or underlove by we don't water them at all. So if you forget about it, if you put it somewhere and you forget about it, then it will behave like this. So this is completely neglected. You can see they were like this, these ones here, yeah, but then it's just shriveled and died. So that's the other thing about succulent arrangements. If succulents, the different types of succulents are arranged together, some will tend to, especially if you put like an echeveria with a zebra plant, the watering requirements are so different that one is bound to suffer, right? So like in this situation, this one will survive. This one is happy days, it's in its element. But then these ones are suffering because their water requirements are very, very different. So with a succulent arrangement, you really need to have succulents that have the same needs and the same requirements together so that they're easier to manage. Or if it's for an event, you know, special occasion, you can have them for a few days after that and then plan to separate them or put succulents that have the same needs, you know, together. All right. So now that's number 3. Number 4 is sunlight. Yeah, succulents do require sunlight. Actually, all houseplants again. All plants require sunlight because that is how they process their food, right? So they need light for photosynthesis, and we all know all those things. So you can have some succulents that can thrive in a low light, you know, place indoors. Maybe on a shelf, in a bathroom, in a bedroom, low light, and you know, those are maybe succulents like this, again, the zebra plant. But some of them, like the echeverias, like this one, you can see again, it's just like, I'm dying, there's no light, no food, no nothing, dead. Yeah, so this is lack of sunlight. And what happens is, which is now the number 5, is they start by becoming leggy, you know. It starts growing tall and pointing in certain directions, because here now it's saying, I'm looking for light. I'm looking for how to survive in this situation. So when you see your succulent is becoming leggy, that's a red flag. Take it, put it in light, right? Put it in a place where there is light, yeah? Because you know, they need light to live. So it can survive in some levels of low light, but you've really got to watch it out. And if it starts, you know, becoming leggy by growing tall and, you know, they're pointing in a certain direction, then that means that it doesn't have enough light. So there's something else you may see. This is not a problem, but I do see people getting worried. Like you can see your succulent with drying leaves at the bottom. This is just the normal growth. It's just growing. Yeah, so what happens is these leaves die and then new leaves grow. So this is not a bad thing. It's just, you know, that's the way it grows. But you see, for like this echeveria, it needs to move from this pot because it is now starting to outgrow the pot. It actually grows and becomes a big plant. Yeah, so that's another thing you've got to observe and see how it's growing. For cacti and the zebra plant, normally what happens is they can fit within the pot they are in. But for echeverias, those ones, they grow. The echeverias are these ones that have the rosettes, you know, sorry, like this. So these ones, you know, if it has leaves that are rosettes like this, that means that it's growing bigger. So you need to keep putting it into a bigger pot in line with the size that it is, right? But then if it's a cactus or a zebra plant like this that really just grows, you know, it really just grows just a little bit taller, and then it starts to grow little plantlets at the base. Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, so so what happens is, so if you have, again, I'll just go back to this one which doesn't have drainage, yeah, and I'll just show you how it starts to rot. So one of the first things to do is it sort of like comes off it comes off. So it's the roots that die first. Yeah, so if you touch your plant and then it just comes out, this is telling you warning signs. Yeah, so what to do in a situation like this: take it out, put it somewhere to callus. Callusing means just let it dry a little bit, and then repot it in a proper pot, in a proper situation with drainage and all that, right? Yeah, so that, by the way, those are just the basic challenges that we have with succulents. Most of the time it is overwatering. Actually, that is the leading, if I want to call it the leading cause of death for succulents, it is overwatering. Actually, most houseplants, yeah, we tend to just instinctively pour water because either we can't remember or we just feel like the plant needs water. But for all your plants, check the soil. Let the soil tell you that the plant needs water because the soil is dry, right? So the plant takes its water using the roots from the soil, yeah. So it should not sit in water, it should not have too much water, because then it will, when the plant has drunk enough, the roots are like, you know what, I'm done, and it starts to rot. So I hope to have helped at least one person in terms of top challenges with succulents. If you get these things right, if you get the watering right, you get the light right, and you get the pot right, you're good to go. And you know, with succulents, they are not, whilst they really love a well-draining soil, well-draining soil means that it lets water pass easily, you know, so it lets water drain easily. So basically, don't pot your succulent with clay soil, because then it will not drain easily and all that, unless it is mixed with sand and other things. And I will talk about potting soil and potting mixes, yeah, the right soil for the right plant. I will talk about that. But yeah, generally they're not as fussy, you know. And I will also bust some houseplant myths, you know. So I'll talk about whether you should put stones at the bottom of your pot. You should not do that, but that's just one of them. That's for another episode. So thank you so much for watching, and let's now look out for day 3 of 100 days of gardening. Asante sana. Thank you so much for watching.